Good evening, Tottenham fans. Now, before I even start this video, I want to ask you a question. And if you can't answer yes to this question, that means we're in a very, very bad place. If Spurs were to play Wolverhampton Wanderers tomorrow away, do you think you can say confidently that we would win that game? Now, I'm going to answer for you, and let me know in the comments what your answer is to this. But I would not be confident at all of Spurs winning that game. And why is that bad? Because Wolverhampton Wanderers are probably the worst Premier League side in history at the moment, with only 2 points, and one of those points were coming from us. If we can't be confident enough to beat one of the worst ever Premier League sides, what does that say about us? That tells me that we are one of the worst sides in the Premier League at the moment. And why are we one of the worst sides in the Premier League at the moment? Because we're going backwards. We've got no ambition to have any sporting success at all. I know the board keep talking about it, but I'm not seeing it. Thomas Frank has really not got these guys motivated at the moment. Obviously, I know things can change fast in football, and I honestly know that if Frank did turn it around, then we'd all have egg on our faces. But at the moment, it's not a lot for me to get behind, and I'm not seeing a lot of to dare is to do. Now, that's why I thumbnailed this to dare is to do, because if Spurs really wanted to dare and they really wanted to do, and they do want Premier League success and Champions League success, and they want to compete on all four fronts, there's only one man that is out of a job at the moment that could change everything for Spurs, and that is Jurgen Klopp. Now, the reason why I'm picking this guy, because I think this guy would be the only person in the whole of the world at the moment that the whole Spurs fans would get behind. I think the Spurs fans would be united. I think there wouldn't be any arguments on his appointment. I think everyone would get behind this. And not only that, I think even if he started slowly, I still think the Spurs fans would get behind him because they know what he can do given time. He's a proven winner, a proven Champions League winner, a proven Premier League winner. He's the only one that's competed against Manchester City for the title when Manchester City were rampaging the Premier League year after year. He's the only one that disturbed it. He's the only one that kept competing with him season on season. This guy could change everything for Spurs, and I think Tottenham should go all out to get this guy, give him everything he wants. Now, if the club are serious about financing the sporting success, then back this manager with everything you have and you will win everything. If you want to dare is to do, back this manager and you will win everything. For me, it's as simple as that. Go and get this guy, convince him to come to Spurs. Say, it doesn't matter what happens, we are not sacking you. In the next 3 years, we want you to build us up. We'll give you every foundation, every bit of money we have. We're going to make sure that this club is successful again, and you're the guy that's going to lead it. I honestly think all the fans would get behind this. I honestly think that the direction of the club would be in the right direction. It would be, he would change the mentality of Tottenham Hotspur as well. He would change the mentality of these players. And if these players did not live up to this mentality, I'm sure he would get rid of them. And all these players would know he's staying. So if you down tools, you're going, not the manager. I think we should set a precedent for the way we're going to move forward. And I think he would be the guy. I honestly do. I don't think there'd be a better person to put in that position in the way we are at the moment. Look at him when he came to Liverpool. I think they were 6th at the time when he took him over. Everyone says, yeah, but he got 8th in his first season. Yeah, but everyone seems to quietly forget that he also got a League Cup final and a Europa League final in his first season for Liverpool too. So he changed things very, very quickly there, more than you think. Then he signed Van Dijk and Alisson in as well because there was weaknesses in defence, and that completely turned around their fortunes, and all of a sudden Liverpool were forced to be reckoned with. It took him a little while to get back into that top 4, but then on his 3rd season started challenging up there. He's a long-term plan, but he can turn things around quickly in the short term too. He's the perfect candidate for Spurs to go all out and sign. He would be the signing of the decade for me, in my opinion, if we could get someone like him, because not only would he bring in brilliant signings, because he would have you know, people would want to play for Klopp. He would get some top players in as well. He could attract some top players to play for Spurs again. Spurs would be looking like an ambitious club that wants to win things. So the attraction to the Spurs again would be massive. Obviously, we've got the massive shiny new stadium. We've got the training facilities. We'd have one of the best managers in the world. You know, he would attract some of the best players in the world to come and play for us eventually. You know, it would just set that standard. The mentality of the football club would completely change, and I think it changes absolutely everything. There is no one better, in my opinion. Would Spurs go for him? I doubt it. I honestly doubt it, but they should. Would Klopp come to Spurs? He said he wouldn't manage another Premier League side, but how many times have we heard this in the past? Jose Mourinho used to manage Chelsea. He came to Spurs. Conte did the same. He managed Chelsea. He went to Spurs. There's so many examples of I would never manage another side. Pochettino said he would never manage Chelsea, ended up managing Chelsea. So things can change in football massively, and they can change fast. If Klopp came in, got the right offer, got told he was the leader, he got told he was the one that's choosing his transfers, he got told he was going to be backed, and they were backing with everything they've got. It is quite an enticing job. He could be the savior of Tottenham Hotspur. He could be the guy that ends up winning us the first ever Premier League. He could be the guy that wins us the first ever Champions League. And that's not something that's out of this world. He took a struggling Liverpool side and turned them into title challengers. He did the same at Dortmund as well, by the way. This guy can change fortunes for clubs, and this guy would be the savior. Honestly, he would be the perfect choice for me. If you was going to sign anybody in January, he would be my top signing. He would be my top target. And if you signed him in the January transfer window and he got a chance to spend the money too, even better. Bring some signings in that you think can change us around, and we could have a fantastic second half of the season. I think it will change the fact that people would want to go and see Spurs again. He's got an identity. He knows what kind of style he wants to play, and he sticks with that. He can adapt as well if he needs to, but he's always got that attacking philosophy. Liverpool were frightening on the counter attack, but there was also frightening on the ball as well. He just had them clicking, and they were just one of the best teams in the world at one stage. They were just absolutely fantastic. And there's no reason, if you didn't back this manager, that he could take us onto that same level. He took us onto that same level. How buzzing would the Spurs fan base be? I think it would be the first time we'd all be united. I think it would be the first time we'd all actually be content and happy and actually look forward to the seasons coming. We'd actually want to go to games. We'd actually want to go and pay those ticket prices and sit in there in a full house in the stadium and cheer on our team. I don't think that for a second that it would be fixed overnight, but I do believe give him the time, give him the money, give him the backing, and he could turn us into an elite side. We've got all the foundations there to be one of the top sides in the world football, but we just haven't got that structure. We haven't got that manager yet, in my opinion, and we haven't got the players yet to really hit that level that we need to hit. And I'm telling you now, rival fans would be absolutely jealous, and they'd be petrified. They'd be worried that Spurs now could become one of those elite teams. And Klopp, for me, is the only person in world football that could do that for us that's out of a job right now. I would give him absolutely everything. I would actually go and drive down to wherever he is and drive him to Spurs myself if he agreed to come to Spurs. It would be an absolutely astonishing, world-class signing if we did it. I would be in dreamland if this actually happened. I couldn't think of a better manager than him to come in. And like I said, it would absolutely change everything. I just think the Spurs fan base would be in absolute uproar for this. They'd be so happy. I could just see it. I could just see like how happy everybody would be, and it would make your year if that could actually happen. If Spurs are serious, if to dare is to do is the motto, if they honestly believe in that, get this guy in. It's a no-brainer. There's no other person that could change everything for Spurs. Even the players themselves would play for this guy. It doesn't look like Thomas Frank is motivating the players at the moment. This guy would come in and that would be it. They would fall in line. They'd either play well or you get out of our club. That would, long as we give him all the backing in the world and say, you're our man. Now, let me know in the comments what you think. Do you think that Jurgen Klopp could change everything for Spurs? Do you think there's even a slight possibility that he could come? Do you think Spurs should go all out and live up to their motto, to dare us to do, and get this guy in and change everything? It would really put us up there with the best if we could get a guy like that in. Let me know in the comments what you think. And come on, you Spurs.